Hello my friends, welcome in or welcome back to my channel. Thank you for supporting me and sharing your time and energy with me today, for booking personal readings, for commenting, for subscribing to my channel. It all helps and keeps me motivated to continue to do this work that I love. Now for the month of July, I put a poll in my community to see which topics you all would like to see for these short, quick readings. And based on the most popular vote, we are going to do mystery messages from Spirit for the foreseeable future. And today we have 4 soul paths for you to choose from with unique messages from Spirit regarding a mystery message they would like to share with you. And these cards are from my Nature Lovers Pocket Oracle decks, which you can find the link for that in the description box below. And in that link, you will also be able to book a personal reading with me if that interests you. And finally, remember to take what messages are aligning and confirming for you and leave the rest. If you know which soul path you would like to click on today, you can find the timestamp for your reading in the description box or pinned comment section. However, if you would like me to introduce you to the soul paths, let me do that now. For soul path 1, you have Reflect to Improve with the water element and the clear quartz crystal. For soul path 2, you have Embrace the Success of Failures with Shooting Star and the amber stone. For soul path 3, you have Work in Unity to Multiply Success with the honeycomb and the citrine stone. And for soul path 4, you have Change in Small Ways Each Day with the butterfly and the serpentine stone. So when you are ready, use your intuition to choose the soul path that is calling to you the most, then click on the timestamp in the description box or pin comments to skip to your reading, and we will see you over there. Hello, Soul Path 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose Reflect to Improve with the water element and the clear quartz crystal. I feel like something is being clarified, or you're maybe spending some time by yourself a little more, spending time reflecting. You could be journaling, you could be reading up on specific subjects to help give yourself clarity about something. There is a sense that you are focusing on this clarity or trying to gain a little clarity, washing away maybe some old beliefs, some old ways of thinking, some old ways of doing, maybe even people, or removing yourself from situations that are feeling a little mucky or muddy at this time. Something might even be illuminating, so there could be some truth that comes to the surface here. But I do feel like you're taking time out, you're taking more time out, or Spirit is encouraging you to do this, to clarify something that you might have questions about. And reflection, and however you decide what that reflection looks like. That could be journaling, that could be reading, that could be walking outdoors, that could be meditation or yoga, any kind of movement, that could be affirmations, or asking yourself some tough questions. So let's get into the tarot and let's see what Spirit wants to share with you about this topic. Spirit, could we get 3 cards for Soul Path 1 regarding a message they need to hear? Regarding a message they need to hear. What would you like to share with Soul Path 1? What would you like to share with Soul Path 1, please? One more, please. One more. Okay, I'm just going to take the one that hit the desk. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck. So we have the 6 of Swords in the reverse. We have the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. And the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Lots of reversals here. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Interesting. And we have another 7. So 7s could be pretty significant for you. There's something that you are possibly avoiding looking at, questioning, contemplating. There is something that you have avoided moving away from here. This is an energy of moving on from choppy waters to calm waters, and that can result in a mindset shift or having a different perspective. I feel like maybe you've gained a perspective about something, but you have not yet put that into motion or action. Either that or you are unaware, this still sits in your subconscious that you need to move on from something. Something may not be working, and you might feel this, but you might have this feeling like if you just kept trying, or if you just got out of this difficulty or this discomfort, then things would get better, things would improve, things would change. There's a lack of assessment, a lack of looking at things, because maybe things are improving. And so you want to see where this goes. You don't want to move on from something. And you have everything but the wands here. So that means that all of your senses, with the exception of that will, desire, and ambition, that action is here. So we've got the thought, which is the swords. We have the pentacles, which is that earthly energy, or at least the things that we put our time, money, and energy into. And then we have the cups, which is emotional. So it's like you have 3 out of the 4 boxes checked here, but the wands are missing. It's the action that's missing. And it's almost like, I feel like you're trying to get yourself out of the boredom and the apathy, and you want to look for the opportunities. So I do get a bit of a silver lining here, and I do feel like you are getting some kind of assistance in some way to do that. And maybe you fear that you might not get out of this situation, which could be why there's that resistance coming through, because you don't have that clarity on how to move through the situation. You don't know what it is you need to look at in order to find that clarity to move forward, to make decisions, to make changes. But there is there might be an underlying sense that things do need to change. And I think you are coming into that a little bit more. I have a feeling that you are recognizing that. It just hasn't come into action yet. So you're feeling it, and maybe you've thought about it, but you haven't quite put in the time, energy, effort, or put the action towards making a plan, or having some kind of reality check with what's working, what's not, and kind of the specifics or the details of what's happening. But I think you are coming into alignment with what you want and where you want to be aligned. So you might be saying no more often and saying yes to the right things, the right people, the right opportunities. There may even be a sense of you feeling a little bit alone in this effort as well. Or maybe you're coming out of a period of financial difficulty. So that might offer that clarity, because right now your focus might be on getting your foundations in order, getting your stability back again. So it's almost, I'm getting a feeling like you feel something and you're trying to make changes to shift it, but you're not quite at a time to do so. So let's get a couple more, or let's get some clarifiers now. 6 of Swords in the reverse. Clarify what this is all about, or advice, please. So we have the Page of Swords. Yeah, it's taking some new thoughts, some new perspectives, and taking action on it. The Page of Swords is a new energy. It's a very youthful energy where they've got new ideas, new thoughts about something, a new perspective that they're going to take action on. And this could also be new beliefs as well, where you have decided that you have to look at something in a different way in order to see progress, in order to see movement. And it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay. There's an acceptance here with the page. They are open to learning new things and not worried about making mistakes, because the mistakes are part of the progress, or the process, pardon me. Oh, interesting that I said progress, because that could be part of that, is the learning will help you progress. So coming back to this learning energy, and when we talked about you're reading a book to find clarity, there's almost like this knowledge coming through, this being open to learning and absorbing new information, observing as well, observing the situation, observing your thoughts, observing your feelings, and how you take action or how you spend your time. So let's look at the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And even as I'm delivering this message, I am feeling like I don't know if this is the right message. And the cards seem to be flying about tonight, so it's like they want to say everything all at once, or they want to do everything all at once. So I feel like this is part of your energy too, where there is a not knowing what to say or what to do, or maybe there's multiple options. There's so many options that you're kind of stuck. But I feel it's focusing on a singular thing that you want to change rather than trying to change the whole thing at once. So we have the world here. And the world is this energy, this universal energy, this big energy of change, essentially. And not just change. This could be a 21-year cycle that you are putting to a close. So again, it's not something that you might be able to change in a day or in a week, in a month. This could take a number of weeks or months to move through, transition. Because this is a significant ending. There's a sense of freedom here. As you are assessing your life, what is it I want to do? Where is it I want to go? Where do my values lie? Where does my beliefs align with that values? There's a lot going on in the Seven of Pentacles. So you could feel quite overwhelmed with having to look at all of these things and adjust, make significant adjustments to the growth that you've seen over the last 21 years. So again, it's about kind of the beginnings and endings, but you're not beginning with no knowledge. You are also not starting from scratch. You are starting with new information. You are starting with experience. You are starting with more maturity. And you are putting a close to the old things that no longer work. The old you that will not take you to where you want to go in this next chapter. So 4 of Cups in reverse. Apologize for the door. The dog, not the door. The door, interesting. The door. The door next door. So there could be some kind of door. All right, so the Chariot. This is victory, success, having a balance between the divine masculine, the divine feminine, the conscious and the subconscious working together, rather than having the subconscious be completely secret and you being driven by your subconscious, and chaos ensuing or you feeling off track because you are not aware of your subconscious. So I wonder if that's what's coming to the surface for you, and what you need in order to move through this is not only to have a new perspective, a new point of view, and learn some new things, be open to learning, be okay and give yourself permission to make mistakes, but to really bring to light how much you've grown and how much your life is going to change because of that growth, especially over a period of 21 years. Now, the Chariot is also very forward-moving energy, so there is a lot of movement here. And I think once you come to realize, if you haven't already, that where you are now isn't as great as where you could be, or maybe even where you are now could be improved to some degree, or maybe even coming to some kind of acceptance over where you are. I feel like that's what's going to trigger movement, is an acceptance of how you're feeling, how you're thinking, and almost having gratitude for what you've accomplished so far. But there is victory here. In spite of how you might have felt in the past, there is victory. But there has to be a willingness to look at the things that are no longer working. I feel like you might be hanging on to things that you can't bring forward into the next chapter. So, bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups, which is that letting go and walking away from those things that are no longer serving us, whether that is people, thoughts, beliefs, situations, jobs, careers. Could have something to do with friendships because we have the Three of Cups under that. So again, we've got a bit of a reflective energy to assess, because I don't think up until now there has been an assessment made on the things that you're putting your time, energy, effort into, and looking at how that aligns with where you want to go and who you want to become. Who do you want to spend that time, energy, effort with? And rather than trying to change the people that are currently in your life, trying to either change how you look at the situation, or realizing that this will never be what I want it to be or need it to be. So I have to either depart the situation, or I have to limit my time in order to find alignment and be my best self, to live my best life. Yeah, we've got the Star. So your wish fulfillment. So some things might not be able to come with you, which is maybe why the Six of Swords is in reverse, is that there's a hanging on energy of, I can't let this go. I can't, and whatever that is, I can't let this go. And I don't want to kind of look at the reality or the details or I don't want to assess, I don't want to have to make that assessment. But I feel in order for you to move forward, to see growth, to go to where you want to go, there are certain things that will have to be weeded out in a sense. And again, that doesn't necessarily mean to get rid of everything and start over. It is about assessing that and just making your own discernment as to what that looks like for you, and it's going to be different for everybody. As an example, if you are a traveler and you want to do more traveling, but you have friends that like to stay local or don't like to travel at all, then maybe it's not about getting rid of those friends, because maybe they offer you value and there's lots of reciprocal energy there, but maybe it's about you moving towards or making new friends that do like to travel and making new connections. So it can be kind of a little bit of both, where you're letting go some old beliefs that I have to be friends with these people, or I have to do this thing, or I believe this about myself. You're exchanging that for something new with the Page of Swords. And you're moving away from this limiting energy or this isolating energy of, I have to stay within this box and I can't break out of it. And again, that may be the case where you are in this particular situation because your financial foundations have had some challenges. Maybe you're moving through some financial difficulty, and if you are, then again, it's about assessing where you are spending your money, how you are saving, if at all. What are those priorities and what are not? What are your needs? What are your wants? What are your nice to haves? All of that stuff. So taking a look at that. But again, it comes back to this reflection of the sevens. And then making decisions that align with the assessments or the answers that you've come to. But again, I feel like that clarity is coming forth. So let's get one card to end your reading. One card to end Soul Path 1 reading, please. Not for you. Yeah, this is the time to reflect, to improve, and assess what's not for you on whatever level that is for you. Whatever level that could be friendships, that could be relationships, that could be thoughts, beliefs, actions, habits, routines, jobs, the things you do for fun, pleasure, hobbies. So this is what I have for you, Soul Path 1. If you'd like a personal reading, you can find the link for that in the description box below. I hope you did find some clarity and guidance today, and with gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 2. Welcome to your reading. So you chose Embrace the Success of Failures with the Shooting Star and the Amber Stone. Both of these things feel like a confidence boost, stepping into your confidence. You are no longer seeing failures as the end. You are seeing failures as a moment to learn, to improve, to adjust, to change, to find success. Every success is backed by more failures. So it's like you are stepping into some kind of self-esteem, confidence, and maybe that needs to be built up too. So maybe you have been held back by a lot of failures because you assumed that failure meant certain things weren't for you, or I didn't do something right, so therefore I shouldn't do it. I think Spirit is coming through to share that you just need to keep going. A lot of people give up right before they succeed, so that perseverance and that resilience to push through the difficulty and the challenges, to keep trying and iterating and experimenting until you find that success, until you find what works. So let's get into the tarot now. Spirit, could we get 3 cards for Soul Path 1? 2. Sorry, I was looking at the Ace, which is a 1. We've got a fresh start here. New opportunity. 2 more. Let's see what Spirit has to share with Soul Path 2. Thank you. Aha. 1 more, please, Spirit. 1 more for Soul Path 2. Soul Path 2, strongest for Soul Path 2, please. Thank you. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Wands in reverse. So there's your confidence that is not quite there. High Priestess is at the bottom of the deck. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust your intuition, I don't feel. Because maybe things have happened in the past that you felt like a failure and you felt shame for that. You felt less than, you felt small, you didn't see your confidence, you didn't see your leadership skills, you didn't see your creativity. And if you did see it, it feels like it might have been pushed down, suppressed, shamed, squashed. I don't know if you were bullied in the past and made you feel that way. That's something to explore. But I feel like someone in your life really took your confidence from you and made you doubt yourself to a degree where your failure meant that it was some kind of confirmation that this person was right. They are not right. You are still creative. You are still confident. You are still intuitive. The key to this is to stay centered and grounded in your own truth and to have so much confidence and faith in that no matter what failures or whoever says that you're a failure cannot shake the ground that you stand on, cannot shake your inner power. I feel your inner power may have been, I want to say, stolen from you. This is the time to take it back. With the Ace of Pentacles, we've got a brand new opportunity to shine here. Sunflowers are that flower of confidence, of beauty, of leadership, of freedom and independence. This is what you need to embrace right now, is this new opportunity to do differently. Now, this could be related to your job, career, a business, something you do to earn money. I feel like there's going to be a new opportunity. It could be a very big opportunity that you will have to commit to for a long period of time in order to see the result. So, for example, if you're starting a business, you could have an opportunity to start a business But you will have to commit to and show up for that, even in spite of not seeing results right away. The results might not come for a year. So you have to be willing to show up every day, continue to have passion for that thing every day. Not to say that you'll make progress every day, but to push yourself and persevere in that process, to build up your confidence, to build up the business, to build up your reputation, to build up clientele, whatever it is. But I feel like there is a new opportunity to plant a new seed here, to see it grow, to nurture it over a period of time. And I do feel like this is the time. With the Wheel of Fortune, it promises change. And I feel like there has been a shift in your life to the point where you're able to open up to this opportunity. So I feel this is good change. And we have mountains here in the background of the Wheel of Fortune. And mountains in the tarot are usually indicative of the mountains we climb, the things we need to overcome in order to achieve. And sometimes those mountains are big and tall and scary, and we don't know if we have the skill or the tools to do it, but we do it one step at a time. So I think Spirit is really coming through here strongly on this message that you have to find ways to start trusting yourself again, to start developing your confidence again, to bring your power back. And with the shooting star, in reality, those are pieces of rock that are falling to the earth. But from a different perspective on the ground, they are beautiful, wonderful, rare moments in time that you embrace and feels special. I almost get wish granted here, because shooting stars or falling stars are making a wish. So I feel like this is your moment to make your wishes come true. In whatever form you see that happening, whatever that opportunity is, whatever that wish is, this is a moment to reconnect with that wish and put the naysayers behind you, to step into your confidence, your creativity, your leadership again. Start building that back up one step at a time. Find examples of when you led with success. Find examples of your creativity, the things that you're proud of yourself for. Think of examples of when your intuitive hunches were right. And if you do have intuitive hunches now, follow them and see where they take you. Don't doubt. Try to quiet the doubt right now and move into confidence, even if you're a little bit shaky. This will take practice. This will take patience. This will take time and a commitment. So that could be the opportunity. So let's get clarifiers. Ace of Pentacles. Could you clarify the Ace of Pentacles? Clarify the Ace of Pentacles. So we have two, but I don't want to put two down because this reading will get really long. So, 10 of Swords, 9 of Cups. Yeah, 9 of Cups is this beautiful pride that you have in all of your accomplishments. So I feel like part of the advice here is to look at what you've accomplished, even if it's small. I folded the laundry today. I cleaned my living room. I walked the dog. I got out of the house and had coffee with a friend. And then those big achievements. I got a promotion. I started painting. I started selling my art on Etsy. I got published. Whatever, the big and small, everything, write it down. Because I feel like whatever this painful, I feel like a lot was said to you. And it got into your head so much that it was so painful to carry on with all of these things in your head, in your mind, in your soul, guiding you. But it's completely wrong. They are completely wrong for thinking what they thought of you, for thinking less of you. You have to, I feel, step into this 9 of Cups energy where you have to embrace the beauty, have gratitude for all of the things you've accomplished and who you are. And if you don't know, ask somebody that you trust, a friendship that is close to you, a relative that sees you from a different perspective. Get rid of all of those thoughts that are keeping you stuck, burnt out, afraid, doubtful. Wheel of Fortune, clarify. Yeah, there's more stars. Your wish is coming true. And the Pentacle is essentially a star. You have a lot of stars, Soul Path 2. So your confidence or your willingness to try to build your confidence, to step into your confidence, to regain your power, is going to open up some new opportunities for you. And they're big. They are wish fulfillments. And you might have some imposter syndrome. That's okay. We all do. It's not listening to that. Do the darn thing. And don't be afraid. That might be easier said than done, so you could need some assistance there to help get the ball rolling. Could be a support group. It could be those good friends. It could be a therapist or counselor that specializes in such things. But it's about building your confidence in order to see. I'm starting to understand that in order for me to make my big wild dreams come true, I cannot be in the energy that I was 5-10 years ago, because that energy kept me small and quiet. And I feel like this external energy has made you feel small and quiet. Now it's time to stand up and say, no, I'm stepping into my confidence, my creativity, and I'm not caring who thinks that I don't have what it takes. It's almost not caring about that and doing it anyway. To say, I'm going to share a piece of writing with somebody. I'm going to get out there and sing to, an audience. Even if it's, I get that stepping out of your comfort zone, the comfort zone of being small, of feeling small, not being small. But I feel like this is a time to shine bright, to share your gifts with the world. Oh, interesting. I don't know where that came from. Let's flip that back. And let's see. Queen of Wands in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it's moving on. Having a mindset shift. Thinking differently in order to move on from the choppy waters that you are feeling like you're in, to move on to bigger, better things, smoother waters, waters that are not hurting, that are no longer going to be hurtful for you. Because I feel certain things were imparted on you from somebody else, you are now instinctively or habitually telling yourself that when you have these big dreams, these big ideas, these aspirations, you're automatically shutting yourself down because that's been your experience from the past. Other people have told you, no, you can't. Maybe you are using your past failures to prove that. And this is a time to do differently now. This is a time to do it and to be open to failures so that you can succeed. Allow those failures to guide your way, to push you towards your big wishes, your dreams, your goals. So one card for Soul Path 4, please. 4. Interesting. Your Soul Path 2. I said Soul Path 4. So it's like you're having this leap. Wow. So once you do it, you're going to move. You're going to move mountains. Soul Path 2, please. Soul Path 2. Okay, we're getting slippery here. Let's try this again. Soul Path 2. TikTok. So interesting. That comes back to the Wheel of Fortune. It's time. It's time, my friends. This is you releasing the past, because time can also speak to the past, what we were attached to in the past. The air balloon speaks to freedom. And it's just like this breakthrough. You're just pushing forward. It's time to push forward, is what I'm hearing. Listen to your intuition, it's not wrong. Especially when it comes to the people in your life that aren't supportive or that are being hurtful towards you. Listen to that. But I feel like it's time for you to step into your power again. To be proud of who you are, to be proud of your gifts, and to move towards your wish. So Soul Path 2, this is what I have for you. I hope you found some clarity and guidance today. For personal readings or to purchase my Nature Lovers Oracle deck, you can find the link for that in the description box below. And with gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 3, welcome to your reading. So you chose Work in Unity to Multiply Success with the Honeycomb and the Citrine Stone. I feel like you're working really hard at something. You might be in collaboration with others. You might be in a community with others. There's a lot of expansion and growth because you are collaborating, because you are bringing like minds together. I'm hearing hive mind as well. So I'm also getting a feeling of like a collaborative workspace where you aren't necessarily attached to these people in a company, but you come together in some kind of community once or twice a week, and you're able to network with people individually or contractually as like consultants, or to be able to help each other out to see growth and to multiply whatever success you're looking to achieve right now. I feel you are a hard worker and you are working towards something that could even be personal growth as well that you're looking to see. Doesn't necessarily have to be a business or a job or career. This could also be working in community to help your community, to serve your community, to even find healing for yourself and or others. So again, collaboration and bringing together. Let's get into the tarot now and see what the tarot has to say. Spirit, what would you like to share with Soul Path 3? So that came out all in one bunch. So let's look. We have the Moon. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, which also flipped upside down. So, yeah, I'll get into it in a sec. And the Devil in reverse with the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. There's some mystery here. Maybe even some questions about your path. There is the conditioned beliefs that you know to be true and that's been your guiding light for maybe your entire life. And then there are some intuitive beliefs that are coming to the surface. So it's like these conditioned beliefs and your intuition are at odds right now. And maybe you don't trust your intuition at the moment. You're questioning a lot. I feel like there's a lot of mystery and maybe even secrets or unknowns. There's a lot of unknowns around you. Maybe even a lot of darkness because of that. So maybe in regards to the work that you're doing, maybe you are going on some kind of soul journey or have gone on a soul journey to where you've questioned all of these big things about who you are, your purpose, the meaning of life, the people that you hang out with, your day-to-day activities. Everything is coming into question. And you can only see the foot in front of you. You can't see the path and where it ends up, where the destination is. And I feel like whatever you have been doing up to this point, you might be juggling a couple of things. You might be juggling work and play, family and friends. I feel like it's no longer become sustainable. So you have to make some significant changes to break some kind of old pattern, old habit that was really keeping you living in an energy that you no longer aligned with. And I think that's why this moon has been triggered, because it's a cycle. And I feel like you've gone through some kind of cycle in your life where maybe you had a lot of successes in life. Things were going really well. There was a flow. There was growth and expansion, but not in the way that you were looking for. So there's almost a retraction that's happening because of that. You want to unravel or unwind some old behaviors, patterns of thinking, maybe even addictions that you have, whatever those might be, because you no longer want to stay chained to something that is either not working for you or not healthy for you or not getting you to where you want to go, maybe even keeping you stuck. So it's almost like you're diving into your subconscious to be able to move to a different landscape, a landscape that is more illuminating, that is less confusing, that is more sustainable. And we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse, which can speak to wanting to open up, wanting to have a new feeling about something, but nervous. There's a vulnerability here. You're nervous about what that entails. You're nervous about what that will require from you. You are nervous about how that's going to look. A lot of the times we live in certain patterns of behavior and thinking and beliefs and routines that are comfortable. That doesn't mean they're healthy for us. It's the familiar. And I feel like you're challenging the familiar, because I feel there's certain things in that familiar that are unhealthy for you, that aren't sustainable, that's something you can't juggle anymore. And so there's a desire to feel something different, to feel something new, but you don't know how because you've done it this way for your entire life, possibly. Really big energy. So let's get some clarifiers and see what else might be going on here. Let's clarify the moon. Spirit for Soul Path 3. Thank you. So we have the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like your values, the way you spend your time, your energy, your money, your resources, even your legacy, the legacy that you want to leave behind is coming into question. The things that you might do for work is coming into question. The things that earn you money is coming into question. You're questioning a lot of things. And it has to do, I feel, more spiritually, but it's also in the 3D as well. Because how we feel about ourselves, how we think, our beliefs about the world will manifest in the 3-dimensional world, will manifest in how much money we make based on what we feel we're worth, based on how we value ourselves and our time, how we value our skills. That's also going to reflect in our relationships as well. And the things that we say yes or no to. Do we feel deserving of these things? And what does that mean if we obtain the legacy, if we obtain the money? What does that mean? And I feel a lot of those things are coming into question for you. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So the Death in reverse. I feel like this is something that you almost saw coming for some time, but denied. Because the Death card is transformation, but it's slow. It's slow transformation. It's transformation that you might have felt, you might kind of get glimpses of, like, yeah, I gotta do that, or I know I gotta fix that, but this is like, now is the time to finally address that. And it's going to require you to get out of an emotional and spiritual comfort zone. It's time for the discomfort of those big, difficult questions. If you haven't already experienced that, and if you are feeling the hint that a lot of things need to change, going through the darkness and being guided by your own light is the only way to the other side, is the only way to remove the chains that bind you to a past that you are no longer aligned with, that you are no longer able to sustain. And your values may change, your career may change, where you live may change, your connections with others may change. And that is the fear when we go through Dark Night of the Soul, is that everything changes within us. And because of that internal change, because of that spiritual change, aka that growth and that ego death, then everything in our external world changes too. And that's a scary, scary business. I've gone through it, so I get it. The devil in reverse. Okay. So that one flipped out wildly. And it's also, interestingly enough, it's crossing over the death and the devil. So this Tower card is a card of sudden change. And when it's in the reverse, so because it came out sideways over these two, it's almost like you denied the change that needed to happen. So the universe came in and the universe came in with a situation that kind of put you in a rock bottom position. So you hit rock bottom and you decided things need to change drastically, dramatically, suddenly, because this is no longer, I can't do this anymore. So in the reverse, it is our own initiation, or maybe the tower wasn't as big of a deal as we thought it was. Maybe the change wasn't as expansive as we thought it was, but there's still significant changes to our foundation, to the point where we are now open and available for new things to enter. And that is the beauty of all of this big change. I feel you are going through a big change right now. So yes, while so many things are falling away, this is making room for the new opportunities to come in. And just bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. Those are those new opportunities, those new feelings that you want to feel. It gives space and room for those new things to grow. So this is almost a weeding out process. And when the tower is in the upright, because it was sideways, so I'll speak to the upright, this is that big sudden jolt from the universe to say, hey, it's time to wake up. It's time for your awakening. And I feel like that's what this is. It is your awakening. Wow, this was a really big reading, Soul Path 3. You're going through a significant awakening, and as scary as that might be, understand that there's so much light on the other side of this. So much freedom and beauty. Soul Path 3. Card for Soul Path 3. Card for Soul Path 3, please. Look at that. You have all the luck in the world with the Serendipity card. And number 18, which could be significant for somebody, but it is also the moon number. Not in this deck. They misprinted the moon, ironically enough. And I wonder if that has any significance. There's a misprint in this particular deck. The moon in the traditional tarot is 18. But it's like there's a new, a new definition of the number, or I'm getting new definition, or like a different perspective. But also in a linear fashion, we go from the 17 to the 18 here. Because, yeah, anyways, I'm muddling the energy now with me overthinking things. And I almost wonder if that's part of your energy too, is that you're overthinking this process when really it's just as simple as following what's happening or going with the flow and understanding that the universe has your back, that it's drawing you into something better. It's moving you away from whatever is no longer, or what is no longer serving you, and moving you to higher ground. And I think you just have all the luck in the world on this. This is a part of your spiritual and soul growth. So it is almost unavoidable. It is serendipity, meant to happen, fate, part of your destiny. So it's all about welcoming it and doing your best to manage your emotions, your feelings. Have a lot of care for yourself during this time. Be really kind and compassionate with yourself, and you'll get through it. So lean into it. Don't be afraid, and know that your greatest awakening is here. So this is what I have for you, Soul Path 3. I hope you found some clarity and guidance today. If you would like a personal reading or would like to purchase my Nature Lovers Pocket Oracle decks, you can find the link for that in the description box. And with gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 4. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the Serpentine Stone with change in small ways each day with the butterfly. I almost wonder if you're moving through a transformation right now, if you are making small changes in your life at the moment to see gradual change over a period of time. I feel like this is a bit of a slower moving change than it is a big sweep of changes. This is like, no, I'm gonna drink more water every day. And so that you do that for maybe a month and it becomes a habit, and then you add on something else where it's like, I'm going to do 10 minutes of yoga each day. So then you do that for another month, and you know, the yoga and the water, and it starts to build up a healthy habit with all of these little small changes. And those are also attainable because they are so small. And I almost wonder if that's part of your message, or if that's what you're in, or what you're encouraged to embrace, is to embrace the small changes rather than trying to do an hour of HIIT workouts or an hour of cardio every single day. Start with something small where, you know, it's 5 minutes of meditation, or 10 minutes of cardio, or it's an extra glass of water a day. So I feel like, yeah, that's kind of the change to embrace, or part of your mystery message here. Let's see what Spirit has to say about that. Soul Path 4. What do you have for Soul Path 4, Spirit? Soul Path 4. 3 cards for Soul Path 4, please. Okay. So 3 came out in Soul Path 3 as well. They're very different readings. So if you are experiencing sudden changes or a lot of things that you're questioning right now, Soul Path 3 might be the pile for you. Or maybe you're coming from Soul Path 3. But let's take a look here. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. We have the King of Cups in reverse. We have the 5 of Cups in the upright, and the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. So I do feel like there's some changes happening in your life, absolutely. Maybe this is something that you're working through. Maybe it's something that you hope but also fear. Maybe you have an underlying feeling that things need to change but have not yet done that or taken action in the external. But this Ace of Swords is this feeling of clouded judgment or a lack of clarity in some kind of direction that you want to go, or you're thinking, how you're thinking about something. You want to have maybe some new ideas or a perspective shift, or you want to think about something in a different way, but you're not really sure how. This is a real kind of foggy energy. And you know that something needs to shift, something needs to change, but I don't have any ideas on how to do that, is the energy that I'm getting there. It could also be scattered energy, where you have multiple thoughts and you don't really know where to aim your focus. And the King of Cups, that can be a very emotionally dysregulated energy, where usually you're pretty good about regulating your emotions, and you're able to help heal or comfort others around you as well. You're very stable in that sense, and nothing in the external can really shake you. I feel like you do a really good job of being able to center yourself during difficult times and having a real stability there. But in this energy of being in reverse, it's like you cannot contain your emotion for some reason. And this could be as a result of you moving through some kind of regretful energy, some kind of sorrowful energy. There is a release of emotion happening here, grief possibly. And this is almost maybe something that was unexpected, but there is a comfort in knowing that don't worry, this too shall pass, because that is the promise of the Wheel of Fortune, where things change, seasons change, day turns to night and night turns to day. So we're never ever stuck in a place forever. Yes, it might be a long time, but it could also be a short time as well. There is no set timing to these things, whether we're experiencing good things or bad things. And so there's a kind of some hope in there that if you're moving through difficult times and some emotional energy and you don't have clarity about what to do or where to go or how to get out of this, it's almost giving yourself space to be okay with that for a time. Allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. Give yourself comfort and compassion for what you're experiencing right now. Be your own best friend. And when you're looking at that, it's kind of like, if your friend was going through this same thing, what would you suggest to them? You know, are there certain practices or certain suggestions that you would give? What are those things that you can offer yourself at this time? Because I feel this is not about starting something new or having clarity about everything. This is about moving through your emotional space at this time and seeing things change in small ways each day. So that's interesting that we not only have this transformative change energy on both sides of this, but we also have a feeling of slow moving change where it's small incremental steps. So this isn't something that I feel you're going to be getting through in a short period of time. I feel like this is a very like inch by inch kind of energy. And it's all about finding those moments to not only go through this emotional process, to grieve, to understand what our feelings are trying to share with us, what is it that we need to heal. But it's also about giving us those little things that help us along the way. So what are those changes that we can make in our day-to-day routines that offer us a little bit more emotional support, comfort, maybe even expressing our emotions in some way, even if it is only to ourselves. Could be a voice memo, it could be writing, it could be movement of some kind. So I feel like the ideas that you're looking for, the kind of the eureka moment or the breakthrough, I think will eventually happen. It's just that we have to deal with these emotional challenges first. So let's get some clarifiers on these cards here. Maybe get some advice. Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, so we have the Devil. And this Devil card could be part of the reason why you might lack clarity. There could be a person in your life or around you that is maybe toxic or is not good for your mental health. There is somebody who may be shutting down your ideas. There could even be a situation or circumstance that is interfering with your ideas, your thought process. And I almost wonder if this is something from the past that is coming back because there's some emotional vulnerability here. So when we are emotionally vulnerable, we can sometimes take some steps back in our personal or spiritual growth because our capacity to manage that has been lessened. So we're not on the ball, we don't have that clarity, so we just kind of slip into those autopilot behaviors, those thoughts, those feelings, those habits. And so I feel like this is a bit of a warning. So whether it's people or whether it is your own personal habits that are rearing their ugly head that aren't healthy for you at this time, there is a need or a suggestion to detach yourself and not participate in those at this time. This is a moment to be really mindful about that and to turn away from things that will set you back. especially if it's something that you have already moved through, transmuted, or healed, or let go of in the past, and it's coming back because you were feeling emotionally vulnerable or going through a really difficult time. I feel this is a moment to really be aware of that so that you don't get pulled back into that. And it's easy to be in our strength when we're feeling good. It is not so easy to be in our strength when we are moving through difficulty. So it's about turning to those people that we can trust that will help us stay away from the things that are not good for us, whether that's people, whether that's substances, whether that's habits, and also fostering the things that really offer us self-care and almost are the opposite of that energy, where we find other ways of comfort, healing, safety, and something that is a little more productive and less harmful, so that it can help us get out of this energy versus pull us back. So King of Cups in reverse, what is this about? You could have lost somebody, whether that is a breakup, whether that is the passing of somebody. This could be a father figure that you were quite close to, a grandfather, an uncle. There's a male figure coming through here, an older male figure. Did they like fishing? Did they love beaches, traveling to warm places? That's for some of you, not all of you, or maybe one specific person, I'm not sure. So we have the Seven of Wands in the reverse to clarify the King of Cups in reverse. And this is a bit of a defeat energy, almost like maybe it is you not wanting to persevere, to push forward. Maybe you have a lack of focus or a lack of energy to move on. Yeah, there's your guard is down. So I think that's just clarification of the energy, this emotional energy, is that it's really brought your guard down, which is all the more reason to be very mindful about what you participate in, who you allow close to you right now, because I feel like this is a very vulnerable state that you're in, and to almost keep your defenses up a little bit. Tough skin, soft heart is what I'm hearing. Five of Cups, what is this? So Six of Pentacles. So this is a beautiful energy for the Five of Cups. This is almost coming into community, and I have Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So I get a lot of beautiful, loving energy around you to help you move through this. And this to me feels very reciprocal energy. So I almost get group support, whether that be through friends, whether that be through kind of a group counseling session or something, but there's a reciprocal energy of give and take. And so I almost feel like part of that advice is to let your guard down enough for to allow others to help you, especially people who have the best intentions for you, who love you no matter what, who support you, and will help you get through this energy and kind of keep you away from this devilish energy here that is kind of threatening to pull you back. But again, it's coming back to continuing to make those small changes every day and showing up for that and not worrying about rushing the process. So one card for Soul Path 4, please, to end their reading. One card for Soul Path 4. One card for Soul Path 4 to end the reading. I don't think I knocked. Maybe I did. I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah. Building blocks. I love that. So this is a moment, even though it doesn't feel like you're actively building up on something, this is a moment to continue building your, I want to say foundation, emotional foundation, spiritual foundation. And you're building up and making these changes to build better, to build higher, to build stronger. So it's kind of this energy of continuing to build. And it can also, with building something, it's like a work in progress as well, where it's not quite finished. It's in the process of building. So allow that to be okay. Allow it to not be complete quite yet. And focus the need on the foundations that you want to build up on. Your work, your relationships, and you yourself are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. And to ask if those are still true for you. And to lean on those things as your solid ground to construct your life. And now you are making changes in small ways that will affect everything in a positive way. So I feel like making the changes, being aware, bringing awareness to those changes that you want to continue to see flourish in your life and the changes that you want to make, this is almost a time to double down on that and continue to build up on that. It's almost feeling like it's time to address the cracks in the foundation, which I feel this might be, this devil energy here. And perhaps your values have changed, and it's time to strengthen your conviction and let go of the things that no longer serve the vision you have for your life. Or perhaps remove the rotten pieces and reinforce your core moral strength and integrity. Upgrade your consciousness, renovate, and don't be afraid to replace what's not solid. And that's how you build your strong foundation, especially in difficult times. So Soul Path 4, this is what I have for you. I do hope you found some clarity and guidance today. If you would like a personal reading or to purchase my Nature Lovers Pocket Oracle deck, you can find the link for that in the description box. And with gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading.